Hi guys, my name is DrSharnael Wolverton-Sehon. I am with Swiftfire. I'm really excited today because I have a special guest that's coming on and we're going to share a little bit about some things that I know are going to help you. Her name is Theresa, and let me see if I can add her real quick. I love when you're doing this here. Let's see, my viewers. Let's see, Theresa, are you here? Let me tag you. We're going to talk about the science of hugs and what it does for your physical body, your immunity, and what have you. And we're going to give you a special opportunity to maybe get some special support and immunity for you and your family. So, okay, Theresa, I'm trying to add you. Let me see if you could tag yourself on here. Let's see. Don't you love technology? Allow your guests to join. Okay, Theresa, where are you? So, how many of you are ready for Christmas? You know that there are only 7 days left till Christmas. Okay, I just added her. We're going to give you an opportunity to maybe have some Christmas ideas for you too that can still build your immunity. Hey, Theresa.
Hello, hello.
So I'm going to give a little bit on the medical side and a little bit of my story of how I found you, and then I would love for you to share like your side of the story so everyone can get the full version of this. But I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
So as you guys know, I'm a naturopathic doctor, meaning I do not prescribe medicine. I use everything from health, like lots of healthy choices, whether it's juicing, essential oils, detoxing, vitamin D supplements, Rife machines, raindrop, massage, saunas, colonics, all the things that get your body back to balance so we can be in our best prime thriving self to do whatever we're called to do while we're here on the planet. We might as well be healthy if we're going to be here, right? We all got a purpose. So here I was at this convention in Utah having to do with health and support to that. And I saw this blanket sitting there and I was like, And so I kind of was like just looking at it, and it happened to be in plastic. And for me, I'm really touchy-feely. If I go shopping for clothes or anything, the first thing I want to do is touch. And I won't even like buy anything unless it feels soft on my body. Well, I asked the guy, is there any way I can open this up? Because I was just curious. It was in a package about yay big. You know, can't see my hands. But, and I was like, oh, this looks, I just felt drawn to it. And I opened this package up. He opens it up for me. And this is what it was, okay? This. And believe me, it is freaking really, really, really soft, by the way. And anyway, so I pick it up. It's super heavy. And I'm immediately like, what is this about? And get me 10. Like, now I had to travel back to Louisiana with this blanket and did not even have, you know, the weight restriction situation going on in my suitcase to be able to do this. But I was for sure not only going to find out how I can get this blanket home, but I wanted to find out who made this blanket and connect with them and find out what was going on. Because when I got home, when I got back to the hotel, I put this blanket on and literally it felt like I was getting a hug. It literally covered my body and I was just like, I choose to explain. So I started doing research, okay? A little bit of background on me is I grew up I grew up military, and so I lived in most of the northern parts of the United States and in Europe. And when we lived in Europe, they gave us these really big, fat blankets. They were huge blankets that's just normal over in Europe, and they would do duvet covers over. They don't do blankets like they do here in the States. And so I always had these big, fat, down, fluffy blankets. Now, of course, in the north and in Germany and England, it's super cold. So you choose to be warm. But it was this big, big, fat, down blanket. And then you would just change out the cover. You wouldn't go buy new blankets like we do here with comforters. We would just buy a blanket and change out the cover so we can have something new every now and then and wash out the top. Well, coming home from the States as a kid, I don't know what happened to my blanket, but I didn't have my blanket. And it sounds a little bit like, you know, Peanuts and Charlie Brown or something, but I have longed for that blanket ever since I left Germany. And when we go to stores, I could not find anything that even was comparable to the thick blanket that I had. And it always caused some issues. Now, I'm reverse engineering this. This is not like this, like, I'm thinking about this from the time that I figured this out now. But what I realized doing the research, once I got this blanket and put it on, I instantly felt like I was back in Germany and had my blanket back. And the feelings that I felt, even physically, it wasn't just an emotional, like, oh, I remember those times, but it was a physical thing that happened. And you know, I'm a scientist, and you know, I'm a teacher, and you know, I'm a geek when it comes to the science part. So I had to start looking this up. And it's called a Nelly blanket, by the way, which I think is hilarious because my name is Sharnael, Wolverton-Sehon, and I was always called Sharnelly or Nelly. So literally this blanket was made for me, I'm telling you. So I get the blanket. I am sleeping like a freaking baby on a regular with this blanket. And when I started doing the research on what they call gravity blankets, it's just a blanket. It's not just a blanket. It's an amazing blanket, but it's full of all this like stuffing that makes it heavy, right? So in my studies, I found out that when we use a gravity blanket, and they usually like to engineer at least 10% of your body weight on top of you. And what that does to your nervous system is freaking magic, you guys. The studies don't lie. They talk about how just having that extra level of body blanket weight on you not only causes you to have a hug, which I'll tell you what happens when you get a hug, but beneficial for immunity, for pain, supports heart health, supports stress, cortisol levels, blood pressure, lowers cortisol. All of these things are things that happen when you're using a gravity blanket or getting a 20-second hug. Because if you have a gravity blanket on you, it's going to be more than 20 seconds. And what happens is you release a hormone called the love hormone, or oxytocin, which does amazing things to your nervous system and your whole physical body, which I just listed. So that was kind of my aha of like, oh, this is like a giant hug, and I feel like I'm in a cocoon and like a little baby bear with her mom or something, you know. It just gave me that sense of peace and ease, and my physical body and my mental have really, really helped it then. So I contacted Theresa and was like, okay, I'd like another blanket because everyone's fighting over this blanket. This is my travel blanket. I also have one on my bed. I also have one on my couch. Like everywhere in my house, there's going to be a blanket because when I'm watching TV, I want the blanket. When I'm in my bed, I want the blanket. If I travel, I want the blanket. My kids fight over the blankets. I'll look around. I'm like, you should have seen my kids when they first I'm like, just put this on and try it. And they're like, oh, yes. It was like a giant hug. So I contacted Theresa. And I was like, how can I partner with you where we can get this out to the public and we can get not only the medical and the science behind it, but also just the immunity benefits, the health benefits. And I was so shocked to hear, delighted to hear her side of the story. And I would love for you to share that with me and the rest of these people, Theresa, if you don't mind.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for having me today. We started our company back in 1998, and we didn't actually start with blankets. We started with warmable products. I'm a medical massage therapist. I've been a therapist for 20 years, and I saw a need in the market for quality hot and cold therapy products that were durable, that I didn't have to replace every year. And so that's how we started the company. Our name came from our last name's Nelson, and Nelly was my husband's nickname in high school. So when we were coming up with the name, we wanted something that was personal. And so that's how we came up with Nelly, if you were wondering about the name. And And so we started with hot and cold therapy. In 2006, we started with warmable stuffed animals for kids because we really wanted to offer a product that was fun. You know, just a square pack for kids is not so much fun, but when it comes packaged in a stuffed animal that's cuddly and cute and fun, they love that. So that really took off in 2006. And then in 2016, so it's only been 2 years since we started the blankets, and it's an overwhelming response. When I started doing the blankets, I of course started using them myself and had issues with sleeping because, you know, I'm a busy mom. We have 6 kids and, you know, I'm running a couple businesses, and so life's really busy. And so my head's always spinning. So I could get to sleep, but I couldn't stay to sleep. And I would wake up in the middle of the night and I would be thinking of all the things that I had to accomplish the next day. And what I realized when I started using the weighted blankets is I don't have that issue anymore. I pull my blanket right back up, and if I do wake up, which is rare, I fall right back to sleep. So you're right in the comfort of having that weight. I mean, there's nothing quite like it. And you had mentioned a lot of the amazing benefits of it. We have our blankets used in hospice care, which has been amazing because that's helping hospice patients use less medicine to manage their pain. So to me, that's really exciting because this is a time in their life when they want those last moments with their family members and they're not overly medicated. They can communicate all the love and last words with their family members. So that's exciting for us. It's also used on preemies. So preemies who are maybe suffering from drug addiction, it's helping them, or, you know, any child that's in the NICU. So that's been an exciting, natural. I mean, you can't get any more natural than that. Just adding a little weight, you know, to the preemie babies. It helps with sensory issues, ADHD, autistic children. We started making heavyweight animals as well, so kids can actually take them to school. But we make nap pads, and we have several local schools that are using our weighted blankets in the classroom. So if they're stressed or they can't focus or having some anxiety at school in that environment, they can wrap that blanket around them, and it gives them that hug, that comfort while they're in that setting. So it's really been a fun project and a fun addition to our business.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point about the babies. Think about babies when they're born, they're swaddled because they're used to being in the womb. And I just got a husky puppy, and I was doing the research on husky. One of the things I really liked about her, look at this, oh, is her fur is so soft, just like your stuffed animals. And I did the research, and I found out that, yes, they're used for dog sleds, but originally they were bought or used to keep the children warm because their fur is so thick and perfect. You know, you mentioned sleep, and, you know, as a naturopathic doctor, a lot of my consultations have to do with people who have trouble sleeping, usually because adrenals or thyroid issues or what have you, anxiety, stress. And when we sleep, I'm telling you, amount of immunity support that you have for your body. When you're sleeping, that's when you're healing. That's when you're defragging any emotional things that need to go away. That's when your body is repairing itself. So sleep is super, super important. And I'm telling you, anything that we can get to support sleep and stress in this day and age is a win, like a double win in my book. It's going to save tons of consultations for me, and people will save a ton of money not having to go to doctors, not having to get drugs, not having to do this other thing by just getting a blanket. I mean, geesh, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I know
you have
I work in it.
Oh, go ahead.
I do. I was just going to mention real quick, Sharnael. I work in a cancer setting, in a cancer hospital, and it's so good for cancer patients. You know, you think of the anxiety that patients have. And so just using the blanket on our patients as well, especially we offer medical massage to them, which is such a blessing to have that hands-on touch, and just adding that weight really makes a difference as well. So like you said, there's so many benefits, but yes, we do have a great special. We have a great special for your viewers today.
Yes. And all we get, We have just a limited amount, and I know people say that, but we have just a limited amount of blankets. As a matter of fact, it took us a little while to even get to this point to finally be able to put this out here because, and I'll let her explain why, but we do have a limited amount of blankets that have been pre-made for this day for you guys to order. And when you order, if you order, you actually get a discount just by going to her page. There's some steps here below that I wrote in the links. If you go to her page and you like her page, and then when you click and make the order, if you could put in the comments that you liked the page and put your Facebook name so we can give you that discount. She's also going to give you a free eye pillow, which is really cool. But I want you to understand, this is not some big, like, we have warehouses and warehouses of blankets everywhere. Can you explain the process of how you guys actually make these blankets?
Yes. So we hire local moms, all ages of local moms, and they actually sew the products in their homes. Our company is still based right here at the house. We started out in a spare bedroom. We moved it to the basement because we had more kids and they needed their bedroom. So we moved it down the basement. And then when we outgrew the basement last year, we decided to build a building right next to our home. And that's been such a blessing, but it's still definitely a small space, which means, we do have not only limited storage, but, we have about 17, 18 seamstresses right now. So that's not a lot. And so we're continuing to grow and we're continuing to expand. But the exciting thing is, we get to work with local moms. We get to know their families. It really, they have become an extension of our family. And we get to build the local economy. We're making our products right here in the States, which is amazing. When we started this a couple years ago, I was bombarded with messages from overseas manufacturers. And, yes, you can get products online that are weighted blankets. Yes, you might be able to find them even cheaper. Not much cheaper if you do, but you might be able to find them cheaper, but they're just shipped over from China or another manufacturing country who makes them a lot cheaper. And I said, no, that's not the vision that I have for our company. I really want our company to be American made, and I want to support, these local women and the local economy. And so that's what we're striving for, is to grow just right here locally, and just, to bring the best products we possibly can to the market.
Yes. And I love that story. That's what made me even more drawn to Theresa and just that whole thing. And when she talks about quality, because I found her in the first place and because I actually started looking and going on this journey myself, I've looked at several different blankets, you guys, that are out in the market. Those ones that are from China, they're not anything comparable. I'm just going to say these are homemade by beautiful women who have children at home, who are in their homes with all their love and all their kids and all the frequency of that. And they're able to stay at home with their kids and work from home. And you're creating a job for that too. This is my newest blanket, by the way, because they come in different colors. She sent this to me. This is my favorite color right now, and then it's gray on the back. But anyway, I am just so excited about this that I've been talking to her since June, and we've been preparing that long just to get this video together for you guys. We wanted it to make sure that whenever we did it, that we had enough to get to all of you. And we also wanted it to be here before Christmas. So like I said, we have 6-7 weeks until Christmas. So now is the time to get your discount. And if you're not going to get this for somebody, get it for yourself. I'm telling you, I hate to be selfish, but I'm just telling you, give the gift of life and love and hugs to you today, of just, invest in you and your family. And I'm telling you, you're going to get one, and then you're going to have another one, and then every kid is going to want one. That's kind of how it's been working out over here. We have 5 kids, and we're working on everybody getting one. But thank you so much, Theresa, for your insight. Do you have anything else that you want to add before? Obviously, go to the website, like the Facebook, order, and when you order, put in the comments, remember to put your Facebook name and that you like the page so you get your discount and your free eye pillow. But Theresa, do you have anything else before we go?
So the extra discount you're getting is 10% off with hashtag swiftfire. So you will get that information when you log on to our Facebook page, which is Nelly Packs and Nelly Cuddles. And you have the link, I believe, in this video. And then, you know, we're going to leave that discount coupon available until we really meet our max, where we're like, okay, this is what we can handle before Christmas. So if you know it's something you want, I really do urge you to order it right away, because I don't want you to miss out on the opportunity to give this to a family member for Christmas or for yourself.
Yes, ma'am. So like I said, we have limited. Use the code Swiftfire to get that discount and follow all the steps here that I have in the line. And I really do hope that you guys take this opportunity to invest in you and your health and your family's health for this time. And thank you again, Theresa. You are amazing. I just love your heart. I love what you're doing for the world and all the different things that you do. And great mom, great wife, all the things. You're so awesome and so shiny bright for all of us. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
All right. Have a good day, everybody. Talk to you guys soon. Oh, I have a free video and my Divine Health thing in 30 minutes, or actually an hour and 30 minutes. So I'll see you there too. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.